The road turns sharply sometimes. You don't always expect it. Life has its own agenda, even if you don't respect it. So always be prepared to greet the turning road, for God and for the Queen, and to keep the Cub Scout code. I used to be in Cubs. It got me out the house. I like getting the badges, playing football in the hall, Cubs in the village hall, with all my friends, and Lindsay Jordan's mum, who used to be our Kayla. And she was mostly nice. But one time she shouted at me when I rode my BMX the wrong way up a one-way street, which I hadn't realised. But mostly she was nice. I joined the Scouts when I was 10, and that was much the same. But then we started going out, started to explore, started camping overnight in places on the moor, wild places without water, wild places without power, wild places where the stars would shine for hour after hour. And we'd talk into the night, and we'd carry what we needed, and we learned to light a fire and occasionally succeeded. We set out on grand adventures, and the harder that we tried, the grander the adventure, the greater grew our pride in what we had done, what we could do, what we dreamt we maybe would do. Maybe one day when we're older, when we're stronger and we're bolder, through deep valleys, over mountain peaks, adventuring for weeks and weeks. But the road turns sharply sometimes. You don't always expect it. Life has its own agenda, even if you don't respect it. So the next adventure comes, an epic cycle ride, from north to south, from coast to coast. Now this is going to be the most exciting journey we've had yet, a ride we won't ever forget. As the minibus pulls away, our parents fade to dots. We have so much to say about our bikes, our route, the weather, all the stuff we'll do together till we reach our destination, and with great anticipation climb off the bus and grab our bikes, our helmets on, for the short ride from where we park to where we'll start, to where we'll finally start the ride. And so we start the ride. We can't have gone 100 yards when Ian's bike collides with whoever rides beside him, and as he crumples to the ground, we can all hear the sound, the crack as bones splinters apart, and we're not even at the start. An ambulance, a broken arm, drama over, all is calm. The grown-ups say, we'll carry on, and so we do, and so I'm gone. The final mile down to the sea, and here I start to feel free as my bike begins to pick up pace. The slope gets steeper as I race. I look ahead. The road is long. I pedal hard. I feel strong, and now I am flying through windswept clouds, wings beating, the world expanding below me like a blossoming flower. I see the sea, the harbour, the fishing boats, the hills, the rolling country. I see the sky, the shimmering light falling on the water. But I don't see the humpback bridge, and I don't see the corner. The road turns sharply sometimes. You don't always expect it. Life has its own agenda, even if you don't respect it. I'm back. It's all so fast. The bridge rushes at me, and just beyond the road turns right, but I will not. I have to slow down, pull the brakes, feel the back wheel, sweep to the side, pull the front brake before I can think, and now I am flying and thinking of dying. My head hits the end of the bridge, my helmet splits, I pass out. And when I come round, a man is with me. The sound of a hurricane and the swirling wind as I look up into a clear sky. The stretcher holds me still. Rotors turn above me, and I rise, and I rise, and now I am flying. The road turns sharply sometimes. You don't always expect it. Life has its own agenda, even if you don't respect it. So always be prepared to greet the turning road, for God and for the Queen, and to keep the Cub Scout code.